The year is 1966 and a formidable West Indies team lands in India. They're so good that the Indian Cricket Board is planning a test match against them in Indore. Yes, you heard that right, Indore. Not exactly the party capital the charismatic Caribbean superstars, known for their love of good times, were hoping for. Imagine their disappointment as they moved into an army mess for their accommodation, far away from the nightclubs of Calcutta, where they would head next. On the other hand, India, their opponents, this hastily assembled team, was called the weakest team to ever face the West Indies. Talk about a confidence booster. Yet, this story finds an unlikely hero. Now, why do I call him unlikely? Listen to the end to find out. Welcome back to another episode of A Century of Stories, brought to you by IDFC FIRST Bank. Always you first. I'm your host Kunal, and today we are diving into the story of a legend from Indian sporting folklore, a master of two sports, Chuni Goswami. 20 years before this match in Indore, an 8-year-old boy had walked into the offices of the legendary Mohun Bagan Football Club in Kolkata, West Bengal. His talent was exceptional and he was inducted into the junior team. By age 16, he had graduated to the senior team. This boy's love for sports rose above everything else. Soon, he was captaining both the football and the cricket teams in his college. By the late 1950s, Chuni Goswami was emerging as Indian football's first poster boy, an elite superstar. What makes Chuni a legend is that he had every skill you could want in a footballer, from dribbling to passing to immaculate ball control. All his skills knocked on the doors of Syed Abdul Rahim, the uncompromising football coach, who has been played by Ajay Devgan in the recent Bollywood movie Maidan. Syed Rahim, known for being a tough disciplinarian, once reprimanded a player for being late to training. But he let Chuni off the hook when he did the same thing. Other players confronted Rahim, but he simply exclaimed, "Play like him and I will let you come late too." Chuni Goswami's exploits with Mohun Bagan caught the attention of English giants Tottenham Hotspur. But the Ghorer Chele, or homeboy of Mohun Bagan, Chuni, refused a trial offer with the London team. Staying away from his beloved club was never an option. By 1962, Chuni Goswami had led India to gold at the 1962 Asian Games. This still remains the greatest moment in Indian football history, and international football clubs like Sevilla FC still pay tribute to him. In the 1964-65 season, Chuni announced his retirement from international football. Soon after, two fans, Bollywood stars Dilip Kumar and Pran, visited Chuni, trying to convince him to reconsider his decision. But Chuni had made up his mind. It was time to swap out his football boots for another passion. But why am I talking about Chuni Goswami now? Didn't we start this story with the cricket match? Yes. Well, that's because Chuni Goswami also was the secret weapon of the makeshift Indian squad on that fateful day in Indore. The West Indies won the toss and decided to bat first, expecting an easy ride. Yet, they didn't account for Chuni Goswami's slow, medium in-swingers. Chuni's spell of 5 wickets for 47 runs had them reeling at 136 all out. The Indian side's 283 in response was respectable. Chuni even chipped in some valuable lower order runs. When the West Indians came out to bat again, Indian pace bowler Subrata Guha sealed their fate, delivering a spell of 7 wickets for only 49 runs. The cricketing world watched in shock. The Windies faced an embarrassing innings defeat. Chuni Goswami's heroic final act was the stuff of legends, sprinting across the field to catch the last West Indian wicket. Picture the scene. The crowd roars, the tension is palpable, and there is Chuni staring across the ground like he's on a football pitch, not a cricket field. Even the great Gary Sobers was left impressed by Chuni's athletic catch. Sobers didn't know I was an international footballer. Backpedaling 25 yards for a footballer, no big deal, Goswami would jokingly tell his friends in later years. Talking of sporting polymaths, did you know Saurav Ganguly was a footballer before he became a cricketer? And MS Dhoni is a goalkeeper turned into a wicketkeeper. What do you think? Do any others come to mind? Tell me in the comments below over here. Chuni Goswami was India's very own Dennis Compton, a truly elite sportsman who excelled at the highest levels of two very competitive sports. A football legend who made his mark on the cricketing world in a way no one expected. Chuni went on to have a very successful domestic cricket career. He led the Bengal team to 2 Ranji Trophy finals in the subsequent years. He also scored 326 goals in 296 appearances for Mohun Bagan, finally ending his football career in 1968. His game was all about heart, determination, and the spirit of sport. They called India the Brazil of Asia during the golden generation of the 1950s. And Chuni was the biggest star of them all. Join me next time on A Century of Stories brought to you by IDFC FIRST Bank. Always you first. Next week, we'll uncover the story of another phenomenal man, APJ Abdul Kalam. Come back for that. Before you go away, we bring you safe banking tips from IDFC FIRST Bank. Now, did you know scammers can now use AI technology to create fake content using publicly available information? Not only that, they can even make personal calls and requests. So, if you receive a video call from friends or family with an order request, look out for inconsistencies in their behavior. Cut the call and call them back from your phone. Be vigilant to avoid scams and financial loss.